Yeah, I want to talk about attention now, and I want to talk, I think I speak for a lot of people for what I'm about to say now. And yeah, the digital space now seems to be very noisy. There's a lot happening. You know, you open your Facebook, there's all of these things popping up on the sides, you know, for you to click on and do that. And you go on Google as well, you open a website or a blog, there's so many ads. And I think the most pressing for a lot of people is the text, because you talk about SMSs as well. And this bulk SMS culture that has now started, which is fine, I mean, for businesses, you know, even if it's just one person that replies, you've made an impact. But for the consumer, is there any consideration for the consumer or the person who you're trying to reach as to how they take in all of this? You know, okay, maybe I'm doing too much, if you know what I'm saying. I'm talking from like as you deploying, you know, to the consumer now, is there any consideration for them? Because it looks like it feels sometimes like there's just a lot of badgering and take without necessarily hearing back from them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, you're right. I think that's where the content strategy comes in. Like Shea said, is very right. There has to be a strategy in place before you even move to platform selection. What tools do we deploy?
Yeah.
So in your strategy, you must have defined your objectives. Is your brand awareness? Is it going to be brand awareness? Do you want to sell? Then, of course, you move on to defining your target audience. Who are we selling to? You know, the third thing is being able to articulate your industry, basically. All these are included in your marketing plan or strategy. And then you move on, of course, to the content. Now, the content strategy for me, I think, is critical because they usually say content is king. You know, so basically, kind of content I churn out, dependent on my target audience. And I think that that's where most organizations or brands miss it because they don't have a content strategy. So all they do is very operational. So they just churn out whatever they think is right, put it out there without an effective targeting strategy as well. So someone like you, Ebuka, who probably might be interested in fashion, might be getting things on electronics or cameras or things like that, which you're thinking...
Like 800 times a day.
Yeah, yeah.
How can I stop those SMSs, please?
And you're thinking, I'm in the same boat as well. And those guys are trying to sell. I think it's more of regulation. It's more regulation. NCC needs to regulate that industry effectively. The targeting option...
Regulate the digital space, though.
The targeting option we have for social marketing and digital media is not available for SMS. Yeah. So they just do a broadcast to everybody. They don't know who. All they have is a name. Maybe 10, 20 people. Yeah, all they have is a name and a number.
Without necessarily.
Yeah, as compared to the digital space, where you have a typical name, number, behavior, what does he like, what does he into, what industry is he. So I'm able to say, you know what, I'm selling probably marketing, marketing services. So I basically choose who I know would really buy or like my product. As compared to SMS, where it's just a broadcast. I get like 5 or 6 a day, and I'm wondering, I just delete.
Sometimes you don't even read them anymore.
Exactly. For me, I think that it's not effective anymore. The strategies I've been able to devise over the past few years, I never include SMS as a strategy. I include SMS probably as
working, which is why people still do.
It's a backup plan. So take, for example, I've sold via digital marketing. I've gotten my leads. I've sold to them, sent them like few emails. And then, of course, I have, out of like 1,000 leads, I have 500 people who are interested. Of course, then I call them one by one. And then I send them text messages. Because they've indicated interest that they like my product. Or if I don't hear back from them, and then I send them a text message, hey, hi. You know, just a reminder, you saw our advert, we did this. Would you like to buy or something like that? That's more personal. I like that. I like to go on a website or probably put in my email or my phone number somewhere. I expect them to get back to me via text message. When I see that text message, oh, great, these guys are effective. And then I reply or do something based on the call to action that is in the text message. But then just doing a broadcast of a text message, and I think that this is important, that we let people know, and those who are doing this to know, that it doesn't work. A lot of Nigerians, my wife, and me, we just delete.
And I hear people complain about it. I don't know anybody I've seen who says,
my wife this service. My wife used to work for Etisalat, and I told her, can you pass it across to management? That I get like 5 a day irrelevant to what I do, I don't need it. Sometimes my phone goes off because of that.
And you're expecting an alert.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you
exactly.
Get this.
I think it's NCC's problem to deal with. Yeah.
Let's quickly wrap up now. Just very quickly from both of you, maybe one sentence if possible. I'm reading here that by 2017, digital advertising is estimated to be worth $171 billion. That's a lot of money. I know what a lot of people could do with that. How can Nigeria tap into this? How can Nigeria be part of this money? Quickly.
In a lot of ways. First of all, we have to begin to look at local content, basically. For everything we're developing today, we're still putting on international platforms, Facebook, BBC.
So we need to have our own sort of...
I think we need to begin to have relevant media to deploy our strategies. Okay.
Great stuff. Very quickly.
For me, I think it's more of access and information. More people need to understand the power and how to leverage on digital. Being able to spread that knowledge as much as possible, especially to small businesses. And then, of course, second is access. A lot of people are still concerned about data, which is not a problem in the West. You know, you go to...
This is a big problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. So people don't want to engage with a video ad because they know, it's going to eat up my data. It's going to eat up my data. I'm very careful about my data, and the data is expensive. So I think that the future is if data can be cheaper, and then there's more access everywhere, open access, where people easily can log into a Wi-Fi and be able to view digital content easily across the value chain. That would help.
Thank you very much, guys, for being here today. It's quite enlightening. I hope you take your NCC up on the text part, because, I mean, it gets to me, and I know it gets to a lot of people. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Ebuka.
We'll be right back with more. Please stay with us.